Welcome to our next episode of
Fandom
Family
Chats.
This is a production of Family Fan Clubs on Facebook. You can find us all over Facebook. You can find us all over social media under Fandom Family Chats. Look us up, get dialed in, get plugged in, and get ready to listen to some crazy people talk crazy stuff.
Hey everyone, I'm Jeanette.
Shelby.
I'm Eve.
I'm Amanda.
And we are going to be talking about Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy. These are episode 6, right? I always doubt myself. Like I look at my notes and I'm like, did I update this? I think they're episode 6.
13.
13.
This is why.
Holy cow, I looked at 6. I was like, yeah, episode 6. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You said 6 and I went.
I
There's
guarantee
only
it's
6.
because I used the outline. I think we were on episode 6 of 911s and I probably just didn't change it. So see, this is why I need you all to keep me in line.
Well, I don't know if it's 13, but you have Grace as 13. So
It's 13 because I just did the spoiler post for next week, and that's 14.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on the same. This is what happens when I do our outlines for us
Here we go.
while trying to watch Bridgerton all day.
No
Make
more.
mistakes, lots of mistakes. So episode 13 is what we're
They were-
talking about.
We got our show back. They were both
Did-
good episodes.
I was really excited. So, these were a lot better than last week. Well, Station 19 last week I think was good. This week both were good. So
Yeah.
I was happy.
Grace was finally good.
Yeah. But I mean, this episode did kind of get off to a rough start since Chief Ross is coming to shut down the 23, which it's always so sad to think about, like somebody just losing their job, like your house is just done.
And that was the very beginning of the episode. Like
Mhm.
she was saying that they were shutting down 23. It was like, oh, well, that's a fun way to start this episode.
Yikes.
And poor Andy, she's feeling so guilty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I mean, she can't feel guilty. I mean, that wasn't her intention. I mean, and everything she said was true. So I mean, it's okay.
It's not like she was making up all these lies for the sole purpose of getting them shut down, but
Right.
I can
Yeah.
see why she feels guilty over it.
Honestly, I feel like the stuff that she said probably would have came out anyway if they were really trying to shut down a station
Oh, yeah.
anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I agree.
Yeah, if they're looking to shut down a station, I mean, things like what she described were going to come out anyway.
Mhm. Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't help that everybody's kind of giving her a really hard time, about like saying that she knew and it's her fault. And, she can't really confirm or deny that. So,
Yeah.
I like that Ross is on her side though, Chief Ross.
yeah. I like Chief Ross, guys, a lot,
Yeah.
actually.
I
Me
wasn't
Yeah, I
too.
do too.
I wasn't sure if we were supposed to like her from the beginning, but I don't know. Ever since we've seen her, I've been like, I
Yeah.
really like her.
I mean, I think
Everybody
she's
likes
tough,
her. That
but
means
it's like,
they're making her likable, which
Mhm.
means I think we're allowed to like her.
yeah.
Grace and Station 19. I mean, Shonda's pretty, like, if you shouldn't like somebody,
We know who the villains are.
yeah, like it's very apparent.
Yeah.
It's
But I was listening to the episode that I wasn't on the other day, and I heard you all talking about that. Now, I can think of one person, guys,
ew.
and it might have been just my fault when Charles Michael Davis was on, and it's because I
Oh.
love his face. I
Yeah,
liked him.
that one was hard.
So they tricked us on that one, guys.
That one was only hard for only probably you and I, like only like the originals fans.
Yeah.
Because other than that, you'd be like, "Who's this new guy? I don't trust him."
I know. Instead,
We
we were
saw
like,
him. We're like,
"Ooh,
"Oh, Marcel,
Marcel."
hi!"
I know. So we
And
loved it.
then just got knocked out.
Awful. I like to pretend that he didn't exist in that role because I just don't want to ever think about it.
I think my brain deletes him because
Yeah.
I forget that he was even in the show half the time.
Yeah.
It's like,
Probably wise. But so Vic, when she hears the news that they're shutting down, I thought it was hilarious because the first thing she's like, "Oh God, I don't want Theo to come work here," which I feel her on that. I would
Yeah.
never want to work with my significant other. I mean, just asking for trouble.
And she
Oh
was
no,
adamant too. She was like, nope. He can't come work here. That's
No.
won't end well.
No, because you
No.
need your space, you know, like you, especially if you live with them, or, which I don't think they live together, but I mean, they spend a lot of time together. So I don't
Yeah. And they'll
Hey,
probably eventually. Yeah. What's up?
me and Kenny lived together and worked together, and I loved it. It was amazing. We worked the same shifts, so then that way, like, we didn't have to drive 2 cars to work. Like, it was the best.
I mean, it's economical, I'm sure, but like, I would get tired when David just worked from home for a little while, guys, and I was working from home. It's like he's got to get out of here. Like I don't, and I mean, I love him dearly, but I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like you got to go back to an office somewhere because you're in my space.
Yeah. I think if I worked from home, I would probably have a problem.
Yeah,
But I mean, Ben and I are together. He works from home. I stay
can't
at
do it.
home. We're
I
together
need space.
24/7.
No, I need some space.
So it was interesting to see some history between Ross and Sullivan. I
Mhm.
enjoyed the like army part of it and stuff a lot.
I did too.
I do too.
Yeah. It was like it was something different that we don't
Yeah.
usually get to see.
It was a very different feel.
Yes. And I liked it. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
I would like it like every single week. Like, don't overdo it.
Yeah.
But I really did enjoy seeing just a little bit of a flashback, a
You
little
know,
bit of their history.
What it made me think of was like 911, how like we always get our backstories on all of our people. And it
Mhm.
just kind of made me feel like that. And that was kind of nice just to see a little bit of like where they were before we met them. So
Yeah.
They did a good job of making them look, younger in those flashbacks because for maybe a couple seconds at first, I was like, who are these people? And like, why do we care about them? I was like, oh, okay, Ross and Sullivan, got it.
mhm.
But I mean, they really younged them. I don't know if that's a word, but they made them
Yeah.
look nice and young in those
Yeah.
flashbacks.
They really did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think it was nice too to kind of see, I don't know, we don't get to see like a softer side of Sullivan very often. And watching him like not be able to like take that shot at first because he saw those kids. I mean,
Yeah.
gosh, I felt for him. I don't know if I could do something like that. I mean, I guess you just have to. I mean, you just have to
And
separate it.
That's your
and-
job. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Man, that would be
that's
hard.
why I'm not in that line of work.
Yeah.
I know I couldn't do that.
Right.
So that's why I don't do it.
This is why we watch TV shows about people saving people's lives and we don't actually, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's a big difference there.
Mhm. And then it sounded like Ross at first, she was saying she just wanted to be a Marine forever. She had no dreams, which then she changed her story, which I wondered if that was just simply to try to get him to, I don't know. I didn't know if that was true or not. Like which part like was her being truthful and which
Yeah.
was just for his benefit.
Well, the wanted to be a Marine forever type of thing. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I imagine, it's not really a safe spot, but it's like you at least know what you're doing every day. And, if you're stuck there doing whatever, even if you're deployed, at least you know what your future holds,
Well, and a lot of people that are in that, I mean, there's people that I've known, it's hard to do anything else. Like once you've done that, it's really hard to try to like bring yourself back into the real world because I mean, just all the stuff you've experienced is so different from everything else.
Yeah, well, you devote so much of your life to it before
Mhm.
actually being deployed. So being in the Marines becomes your life pretty much. And
Yeah.
once you're in that life so long, it's hard to think of doing anything else.
Mhm.
Mhm. Same with any job. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. You get stuck in your career. That's what you know. That's what you're comfortable with, and that's
Mhm. People don't like change. I mean, most people
No.
don't. Yeah.
Change is
I
scary.
don't.
I don't like change. That's why I stay home and watch my TV shows all day.
Exactly. Me too.
And I go to work and then I come home and I keep watching TV and that's it.
Yeah.
That is my life.
Nice and safe. Mhm.
Nothing changes.
I am in my bubble.
I like my bubble too. But we got to see them share a kiss too, which was nice. So because I was
Yeah.
kind of wondering like what the nature of their relationship was. Like we knew that there was history, but like until this, we didn't really know what that history was. Was it just traction, flirting, or was there actually something? And obviously there was.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I hope we get to see more flashbacks because
Yeah.
after this episode, I feel like there's a lot more
Yeah.
mhm.
to their backstory. So hopefully they explore that more in later episodes.
Yeah. That'd be nice, I think.
So did we want to talk about this week's Crisis One call? It was
Oh.
rather interesting.
Y'all know that I do not have a weak stomach. Like I don't get grossed out when we talk about stuff. Like I just none of that bothers me. I had to like look away. Like I could not watch when all of that, like I couldn't do it. I was like, I don't know. It's like I just knew what they were feeling somehow. Like it stressed me out big time.
I don't know if any of you guys ever watched Bones, but the beginning of that episode was like, it felt like the beginning of an episode of Bones where they find the
Yeah.
body.
I guess maybe that's why it didn't even bother me.
Yeah,
I don't
but-
know why it did.
Yeah, it didn't bother me either.
I was like,
I-
oh.
I mean, I was eating dinner when I watched it, so I kind of like, that wasn't very pleasant, but after I got over it, it was fine.
See, I'm the type of person that I can eat through whatever I'm watching. It doesn't, nothing.
There was
It's
something
going to take
about
something to like really gross me out.
there was something about this one because like I can too, like, and I can talk about it, whatever, like none of that bothers me. But I have like a weak stomach when it comes to smells. And so like it's like I just knew what that smelled like. And I
Like,
just
you
could
could
not.
Smell it through the TV.
They
smell
did
it.
such a good job of like really acting out, I feel like how it would be. Like, because sometimes you see them, they walk in and you're like, why are you not gagging? Like this is gross. They
Yeah.
were. And so like it was making me like, oh my God.
There's nothing compared to dead human smell.
I
Oh.
never smelled dead humans, but I imagine that it would be terrible.
I don't like this conversation anymore.
I have. But you like watching the show when she was saying how like he hasn't been out of the apartment all week and stuff like that. Like I watch enough serial killer documentaries. Like I was like he's dead. Like they're gonna walk in and he's dead.
I just didn't expect the flies, guys. Like, I mean, I figured he was going to be dead, but that swarm of
God.
flies like just caught me off guard. I was like, oh
What
my
if
God, how long
what
has
if
he
a-
been dead?
What if a crow would have flew out of there?
Oh God.
Oh,
Stop.
Ugh. Okay, see, we got to move on. Usually I'm not the one that has
I
problems with
can't
this.
do this. I do have to say though that Crisis One call produced, I think, my favorite line of the evening, which was, "Wait, who's gonna clean up Alan?"
Yes.
My sister commented on our spoiler post that was her favorite. That was her husband's favorite line of the night. And I hadn't seen the episode yet, and I was like, okay, well, that does sound really funny. But at the time, I pictured it being, one of, our people who
Yeah.
said it.
Oh.
That's going to be really funny. But then it was that lady who said it, and she said it so matter-of-factly, like she was asking, wait, who's going to clean up this tea that I spilled all over the floor?
Can we talk about what a wench she was?
She was
Oh.
terrible.
My gosh.
I mean, she didn't even seem shook when we found out he's been dead for this time. Like, I thought maybe that would like invoke some sort of emotion from this woman. No,
No, she was
Nothing.
just like,
She was
oh,
worried
well,
about-
who's going to clean that up? It's like,
Who's gonna clean up Alan?
some man just died in your home. Can we just pause for a second and think about that?
oh
Apparently
my
not.
gosh.
She wants Alan out.
She's done with Alan.
But it did make a very memorable encounter for Emmett and Travis.
Oh my gosh, those two.
Not me
It
almost
is-
saying Trevor again.
Yeah, not Trevor. Okay, Travis.
Trevor Travis.
I feel so terrible for Emmett. Like,
I
and
know.
Travis is my favorite human being in both of these shows. Okay, like I adore him, but I'm like, Travis, why are you so like? I don't know. He makes me upset. I'm like, stop! Like you're being so like uncaring here.
Mhm.
I mean, so like he can't make up his mind. Like, I love him. No, I've decided I don't love him. Like, obviously you don't love him, or you wouldn't be going back and forth like this.
I love him. I just want him to make some better choices.
Travis
then-
wants him, but he doesn't want him. I mean, Travis, he's going to have to get it together. Like, You have to be better at
He
this.
needs to be alone for a little while and just, discover
Yes.
himself.
Which I've never thought that they were a good match. They just didn't vibe well for me. Like, but just Travis is such a character and such a big presence. And I just felt like Emmett never fit.
Emmett was more low key.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, like, they just didn't work for me.
I thought it was funny how it was Vic, right, that kind of like left them alone at the door, and then it was just like awkward silence, and then Travis was like, well, I'm gonna go help her.
Yeah. It's so awkward. It makes me laugh. I love him for it, but it's like you just left him standing there. And how from that encounter did we get to Emmett deciding that they love each other and they should work it out?
I don't
Like,
know.
how did you get there? Like,
Very confused. Maybe that's why they should not be together, is because they are 100% never on the same page. They never
Never.
have been.
never.
No.
And like this
So
is their
awkward.
this is like their second try at a relationship. They've never been on the same page. It's
Nope.
like, let it go. It's done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's over.
Sometimes you just got to know when to move on. I mean,
Mhm.
and I think when Travis is just, he knew he wasn't happy. He knew he was able to move on, and he decided to do it. And,
Mhm.
if that's what makes them both happy in the end, more power to them.
I agree.
So, Maya also had a very difficult time this week.
Oh, she
Maya.
went through it for sure.
Right?
I felt bad for her, but like I felt like Chief Ross like was right on the money with everything she was saying.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
was
like,
hard to get mad
I feel
at her.
bad. I want good things for Maya, but she does need to realize, like, I don't know. I mean, she's right. There is a chain of command, and there are like ways that things have to be done. And if you don't even feel any remorse for overstepping these things, I don't know. Maya's not my favorite, so this was easy for me to be like, sorry girl, like,
Yeah.
you messed up here. But I did feel bad because I mean she had been like rehearsing our conversation, and everyone was hyping her up like there was no doubt that it was going to go well, and then it went like not well, like the
felt-
opposite of well.
I felt bad that everyone was hyping her up, like, because I saw, everyone giving her pep talks and hyping her up to get her job back. In the
Yeah.
back of my mind, the whole time I was thinking, this is a bad idea because she's not going to be promoted. Like, I had a feeling that
Right.
Ross wouldn't be all over that. And then
Right.
she'd end up where she was by the end of the episode.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I was happy though that like so cute when she gets home and Karina's got like a whole thing set up or whatever. And,
I
she's like, we're
know.
gonna celebrate anyways. At first, when Maya was like kind of like no and kind of being all angry, I was like, oh no, here we go. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna be back to like her trying to push her away. So I was proud of Maya that she like stopped and told her,
Yeah.
still love you. We're still gonna have a baby, but I just need to be upset for a while. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's like a mature like.
It was.
Mhm.
I mean, because I think every human has had that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be happy right now. Give me a
Yeah.
little time to
Yeah.
wallow in myself, and then I'll be back.
Yeah.
But
And that's
every
just who
human
Karina
needs to
is.
wallow sometimes.
Yeah, because that's who I am. Like, I want to fix things. Like, are you sad? Like, let's fix it. Let's get right back to being happy again. Drives my
Mhm.
husband crazy because he's like,
Oh,
sometimes,
no.
like, you can't fix this, but I
I
want to.
I do not want people fixing my problems. I want to be sad and angry, and then I
Yes.
want to move on.
I
I don't
never
want
want to be sad and
solutions.
angry. So this is
I
why
don't
I
want
try to
solutions.
project.
No,
I just
Ben
wanna
is a
feel-
fixer.
Mhm.
I want to feel my feelings and then move on.
No, I just want to complain about my problems, but I don't want anybody to tell me how to fix them.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
a
hear you.
venter.
no. I don't want anybody to tell me how to fix them. I just want to tell other people how to fix their problems.
I don't want to hear it.
Well,
My
I will
husband
not
doesn't
be
either.
venting to Jeanette then, because
You
she's
know
just
what?
going
All
to
you
fix
gotta
my
do-
problem.
You got to just tell me ahead of time, just like Maya did there. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you this, but I do not want you to tell me any advice. And then I'll be like, okay, cool, let's talk.
That's
That's
what I
You
okay,
do.
got to
Ben.
tell me
Amanda.
that first,
Mhm.
or I'm gonna
Amanda
try
and
to
I
give
can
you
just
advice.
vent to each other and it'll be great.
Yeah, exactly.
Just leave me out of
Shelby,
it,
are
yeah.
you a venter or a problem solver?
I don't like giving other people advice, but I don't know. When it comes to me, it depends on the situation, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because I
Understandable.
will rarely vent. I mean, y'all probably know this. Like I'll just bottle that stuff up. My bad. But I will. Like I don't want to like vent to anybody.
Yeah.
And see, I bottle stuff up too, but then once I explode, then there's no shutting me up.
Yeah.
That is very true. I think we've
A
all
mess.
I'm
seen
a
that.
Yeah.
horrible arguer. Horrible. Because I will forget what I said 2 sentences ago. And then I'm like, I circle and I forget. And I'm like, well, and I start stumbling. I'm horrible at arguing. I just can't do it unless I'm like really heated. And then
Yeah.
I'll just like go off and there's no like shutting me up.
But like I mean, I know that we're saying that like there's no way Maya's gonna get back to this, but they're gonna have to make some sort of change to the Captain of 19 because that candy factory fire was a disaster.
Right?
That was really painful to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, Beckett, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I want to feel sorry for this man just because like that's who I am and like I like feel sorry for people and all that. But I'm like, dude, like Robert is trying to help you. He finds you hungover. He's like doing his best to like get you to like get your life together and you won't do it.
And I feel so bad. I felt bad for the guy with the pregnant wife or girlfriend or whatever she was, because he was trying to help by like, he even drew a map out of the thing.
Mhm.
And then stupid Beckett read it upside down or backwards or whatever it was.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like
And-
how?
And it's a really strange situation because I don't really care enough about Beckett
Yeah.
to be, to care too much about this situation, except for the fact that, it's affecting the whole house.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
Like I
as
feel
far
bad.
as far as
because we're
Beckett as an
seeing-
individual, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I think because they're showing us him struggling, I feel bad just because that's how I am. But you could easily take him off my screen and I'm not going to give him another thought. Like, just, if I see him struggling on screen, I'm going to be like, oh, that sucks. But
yeah.
just take him away and I'm fine with that.
See,
They
for
need
me,
to.
I mean, I haven't been watching as long as you guys have, but like, I don't know. He just makes me so mad because everyone keeps
Mhm.
giving him chances after chances after
I agree.
chances, and then he still goes and screws up,
Mhm.
a big time screw up,
Mhm.
not just a little bit, big time
Yeah.
screw up.
Yep.
Then he doesn't even want to take responsibility for his screw up. He just like I don't know if you guys saw or not. I'm like really good at reading body language, but like when they told him that the map was upside down, he didn't even like flinch or anything. He just turned it the other way and then was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it is what
Yeah.
it is. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't care anymore.
Like
Yeah.
that is a really embarrassing mistake to make as a captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? If you don't care anymore, okay, but then step down.
Yeah.
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 He needs
Yeah.
to, but
Because all of that, had it not been for Andy and I cannot remember the other girl's name at 23. Sorry. But I mean, like Andy taking charge and figuring out how to shut that thing down. I don't know exactly what it was. So I don't even know. But whatever the sugar, the candy stuff was coming out of.
yeah.
Like if she hadn't got that closed off, like this could have been really bad because there's no way they had time to get to the generator at that point after you had them on the complete opposite side of the building.
Yeah.
So
Nope. I mean,
good job, Andy.
She definitely saved their butts.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we rescued. Yeah, I was really worried about Stella. So, they found her and got her out of there. Can you imagine like being blinded by all this and then there's like a fire around you and
And
can't
being
see?
pregnant.
Oh my gosh, that'd be like so stressful.
yeah. I don't want to imagine that.
Pretty terrifying.
Plus knowing your significant other there is there somewhere too and not knowing if he got out or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I liked how he proposed to her at the end.
Well,
And then they were all like, okay, can we like take this somewhere else? I think it was Travis. He's always the one with like the comments there, like, okay, that's enough of that.
Like,
But
this
did you
is really
notice?
lovely. Let's move along.
Yeah. But Vic and Theo were looking all cutesy at each other while it was happening, which I was like, aw.
they were. I like the little moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were subtle this episode, but I enjoyed them.
And I loved that. I mean, like, I like that they're back. Like when he comes over to her house. Like I don't think I had that written down anywhere, but when he comes over, and of course that's all funny. And they're kissing, and Travis is like, "Okay, so just gonna be right here." Like that was, I don't know, made me laugh. But it's nice to see them in a good place now.
Yeah, it is.
I care more about them as a couple now.
I was ready for them to break up. I was cool with it, and now I'm like totally like on board.
Exactly. Because what does Amanda always say?
I know,
If they want you to like somebody, you're gonna like them.
yeah, they did it. I'm happy with it.
Oh yeah, I think we all are.
So then finally Sullivan told Ross about Beckett's drinking problem too.
Yeah, I was really glad he did that.
Yeah,
That was long overdue. I mean,
Yes.
I get wanting to like help out or whatever, or try to give him his time to like figure his stuff out, but I really think that was long overdue.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to help, but he didn't take the help, and so.
I mean,
He's
once
doing it.
Sullivan tried to talk to him, and he was just completely blowing him off. I was like, "What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, you've done your
Like,
part and
Start
he's not
killing
taking it.
people."
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a job you can drink at. I'm sorry,
No,
or even go to hungover.
no, you've got to be on your game. Like.
Yeah, I'm glad Sullivan said something, and
Me
hopefully,
too.
maybe that'll be the end of Beckett.
I just hope there's no backlash on poor like Sullivan and like Ross if like Beckett tries to like out them as whatever they've been doing.
Yeah,
She seems like he might be petty like that.
Yeah, I just want him to go away. I don't care about him anymore.
Same.
bye.
He's not even giving us an interesting storyline. Like,
Now, what do you all think? Obviously, Maya, not going to happen. Do we think we'll give it to Andy, or is there any chance that they will jump right over and give it to Robert again? Because he's also been captain of the firehouse already.
I don't think it should be Sullivan.
I don't think it should either. I was just curious if that, I don't know.
I think that would
feel
be a bad move on Ross.
Probably. Yeah.
Ross strikes me as the kind of person who likes to shake things up. So I feel like she's going to either bring in someone brand new or promote someone totally like unexpected.
Or maybe she'll fake Andy.
Yeah.
That was my kind of thing, is they're shutting down 23. They'll go over there. I think she likes Andy.
I think she does too.
Andy seemed to make an impression on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a very obvious choice though.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
They don't always like to do the obvious thing here.
Yeah.
I guess
I wonder if that'll cause problems with like Maya and Andy though.
Yeah.
Although, like we said before, I mean, really, what episode was it that they said something about how, like, I mean, Maya kind of got her job when it probably should have been hers anyway. So, I guess it is what it is.
Oh, man.
We'll have to see.
So for me, the one light part of the episode was Ben and Miranda. We finally figured out what happened with them in Peru. And can I just say, Ben's banter with Miranda about kissing right, like I was so glad to see that in Station 19 because like we don't see a lot of them, and I thought it was hilarious. But then, and like this is getting off track a little bit, but seeing it in Grey's too, like I like that comedic relief. Is that the word?
Yeah, I think also they did that because I feel like the audience was so worried that was going to be a huge thing coming up. So when he was like, or like, we're like, oh, I wonder if she'll even tell him.
Yeah.
But you see Station 19, he's poking fun at her about it. And you're like, okay, she apparently just told him flat out and he thinks it's hilarious.
But then I love that she kind of gave it right back, because he was like, I didn't kiss anybody. She's like, yeah, but you had a woman like come to the Thanksgiving thing and she was your date.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, fair enough. So it was nice. I liked it.
Yeah.
Like that's a good, healthy couple that like no one got. I don't know that I wouldn't get a little upset if some lady at work like kissed my husband. I feel like I would be like pretty mad about this actually. At first, anyways, maybe then I probably would get over it, and then I'd probably give him a hard time forever about it.
I mean, there's probably a discussion we didn't see. So
yeah, they never showed a discussion about it. So I mean,
maybe he was mad at first, and then
He's obviously at the point now where he just thinks it's funny and harmless.
Yeah, true.
And knowing Bailey, she probably said it in some sort of way to play
we
it
got
off
to
like
see-
this is stupid.
Because we got to see her reaction to the woman that
Yeah.
brought the pie, because she was like, I mean, she definitely had the attitude that I would have had if some lady was like trying to come at my husband like that. So I get jealous though. So
Yeah. But the best thing of this entire episode,
so cool.
this is my part. I had to like message Jeanette. I'm like, are you watching this?
I wasn't. I was like, just tell me anyways.
I was holding my breath during that part because when they said that they want her like that, when the Millers told Ben and Bailey, there's so many names in here, I'm getting all confused. But when they told them that, they wanted Ben and Bailey to have the Prue full time, I was like, hold on, wait for it. And then it came. And I was like, nope, no bueno.
Yeah.
I am not a fan.
We have some conditions.
I know.
And it's like, so I'll say something. Whenever they said it, I was like, okay, well, that's not that bad. But the more and more, like I sat there and thought about it, I was like, why every holiday? Like, why not alternate them? Or
Right. If you had said
like,
every other holiday, I would have been like, okay, that's
or
fair.
even, hey, we want to spend Christmas with you guys so that we can see Prue on Christmas.
yeah.
Not,
I'll
hey,
be
we're
like,
going to take Prue away from you on Christmas.
Yeah.
well, even like, we want her on Christmas Eve. You guys ever have her on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Like something like that. I think like an arrangement could have been worked out, but alternating birthdays every single holiday, they just, I mean, to me, I was like okay, just because I was happy they were giving Prue to him.
Yeah.
But I'm glad because Ben's like, okay, because he was
Yeah.
asking, I was like, okay, and Bailey's like,
And then Miranda was
"Mm,
like, no. Miranda was like, no, we do not accept. I was like, Miranda, come on.
I did too.
I
But the
know.
more and more I sat there and thought about it, I was like, man, she's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say she had it right though, because she was talking about how they get all the magic holidays and they're basically going to be the disciplinarians, like the everyday people, and that's not right either. I mean, if you can't take care of her, or you don't think that you can take care of her, whatever the case is, then you can't take care of her, period. And I don't think that Ben and Miranda would have been completely like close-minded about letting them see her. Like,
Right.
sometimes it's just they were asking way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to put way too many stipulations on it, and that I feel like that was all about power and control.
Mhm.
They wanted to keep their power, but act like they're giving so much to them.
Yeah.
And
And it's just,
and with Miranda and Ben only having her for, essentially like, I don't know how else to say it, the boring days.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Basically they're saying, hey, she's not really a part of your family. So you're not going to get to share these special moments with her.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why would you want your granddaughter who you claim to love so much to be with people who you are flat out saying you don't have a role in any celebrations of her life?
Yeah.
exactly. It's just the whole
I
thing.
agree.
But I love Bailey. I thought she actually knew something.
I
She
did
played
too.
that off.
I did
Yeah.
not realize that she was bluffing.
I didn't either.
That was real.
Mhm.
I was like, man, she's good.
Yeah.
But I mean, once she said that she was bluffing, I was like, oh, of course she bluffed. It's Bailey. That's what she does.
I was like, man, that's so Bailey.
I kind of thought, I don't know, I wasn't sure, but like if you like, I saw her face whenever the nanny said that they had a doctor's appointment. Like her wheels were already turning. Like, wait, what's going on? So
Yeah, like why did they go to the doctor's office and not bring Prue with them? And
right.
and now they're just giving her to them. Like she was adding it up.
Yeah.
does the Millers have money?
Oh, a lot of money.
Because it sounds like, honestly, like with them wanting her on the like special holidays and stuff, they're kind of trying to buy her love in a way. Like Miranda and Ben are gonna be like the people who, as she gets older, she's gonna be possibly getting in trouble, or having to lay down the law with things, and not really be the fun ones, and then they're the fun ones getting her on the holidays, spoiling the crap out of her most likely.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she
Well,
said, like, we will be the disciplinaries, and they'll be the fun ones. Like, it's not, that's not how life works.
Which
Visitations, okay.
Yeah.
Have visitations. I know Ben and Bailey would love for her grandparents to be a part of her life.
Well, I mean, they're
But-
probably thinking, like, if you think about the holidays, like Dean's sister would probably be around. So maybe they're thinking we would have help on those days. So we just want her all those times. Like, but they know that they can't do the day in and day out kind of stuff. Like, I think they were willing to do that beforehand.
Yeah, but now that she's sick.
Yeah.
Well, I guess next week we'll see what Ross does with the information she's been given about Beckett.
Hopefully she fires him. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. I think she'll have to, or at least like some sort of there'll have to be some sort of consequence. I mean, like something will happen.
Yeah. Absolutely. But anyways, our preview for next week. Who watched it?
I'm thinking really hard about it. Oh yeah. Okay. I did watch
I know
it.
I watched it, but I'm trying to remember it right now.
It wasn't.
I watched live. So
yeah. I mean, I think we saw like Ross tell Andy that she's going to do her best to get her back at 19. Now, whether that means captain or just, being a lieutenant, I don't know. They didn't say that part. I'm assuming probably captain, like we were thinking. And then we see her like confront Beckett, and there's some sort of call where they happen to work in the dark. So that'll probably be really exciting. Like, who knows?
I know. I'm excited about that part. It's some
it'll be
cool
different.
adventure. Again, they're listening to us. We're just saying we need some more adventure, some more action in this show. And they're like, oh, okay, here.
Good job this week, Krista. Keep it going.
Good job. Good job. We approve this week.
This is FFC approved.
It's like a stamp of approval. It sounds like FFC approved.
I really want to get a real, like, physical stamp that says FFC approved and just
that needs to
stamp
go
it.
on a shirt.
I want
Another
someone to
shirt
write it down.
idea, and Maureen missed
down.
it. We'll have to, write that down, Amanda.
Write that down. All right. So Grey's Anatomy, episode 13. 13.
That's right. 13.
Put the squeeze on me. Where did they get that one from?
I don't know.
I don't know, but when I first saw it on here, I thought it said sneeze on me, and I was like, what?
It's like, no, 6 feet apart. Masks.
Don't sneeze on me.
Don't sneeze on people.
We are going to lead into, we're going to start with Meredith. All right. Meredith gets a surprise from Dr. Hamilton, and she is not happy with the way that he handled that.
And Kai wasn't happy either. Did y'all see
No.
Kai's face?
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
I feel like Kai is rarely happy with anything having to do with Meredith.
I know.
They seemed very jealous about the fact that Meredith got that like whole spiel or opening or whatever you want to call it offer.
Was anyone else confused at first? Because like when he made the offer, I thought that I had missed something. I was like, oh, did he have a conversation with Meredith about offering her a job? And I'm just totally not with it. And I completely missed that part. But then once we got to, her conversation with him later, I was like, oh, okay, this is a surprise for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like
and
it.
Mare doesn't like being in the spotlight that much. Like she does to an extent, but when it comes to things being sprung on her, she doesn't like that at all. So
No.
Oh no. She wasn't happy with that at all. Which I wouldn't either. Like, don't put me on the spot like that. Like you need to have a conversation.
Yeah. I didn't like it at all.
Because how is she supposed to respond to that offer that he made in a room full of
Yeah.
people she doesn't even know.
The offer sounded pretty good though. I mean, she can research
It's a good
whatever she
offer.
wants. She's got a big budget, a huge budget.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her salary probably is decent, I would assume.
Yeah.
The only thing is she has to uproot her kids.
But, and I wonder how are they going to justify her not doing it? Because I mean, because of the whole you can research anything you want. I mean, this is sort of a dream of Meredith's to be able to like do this kind of stuff. And I mean, your kids are young enough; they would be fine. I mean, would it
But
be
she would be
difficult?
taking them
Sure.
away
But I mean,
from her
Well, she-
family.
She'd
Yeah.
be taking her girls away from, Meredith's support system. I mean, she
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of relies on Maggie and Amelia right now a
Yeah.
lot.
And
mm,
I just don't like it. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, it might be to her, and if that's what she chooses, okay, whatever, I guess. But it's
Which
just,
I guess-
it's Grey's Anatomy. It's not freaking Minnesota Anatomy.
yeah, she's not gonna take it, but I think it's just. I think if we were looking at it from a real world like perspective, I think she like in real life you might, and so
Yeah.
it's just kind of strange that we're gonna do this.
And I mean, honestly, if we're talking about the whole support system thing, technically speaking, Amelia could technically move there too. I mean,
Yeah.
she could probably have a job there too.
I don't know, because then what about she can't take Scout from Link? Link's not going to move to Minnesota. So
Yeah.
she would have to give custody to Link and then I guess see Scout on occasion.
Yeah.
She's
And-
forgetting that she has Scout.
She can just go to Minnesota and be with Ty and live happily ever after.
Which
The-
this Amelia right now, I would not put it past her. I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I feel like I hate to say it because,
Yeah.
but I feel like she
Well-
would put Kai in front of Scout sometimes. Not
Maybe.
really like,
I feel like last week I don't know. I mean, like I would have before last week in that conversation she had with Kai, I would have agreed. But I
yeah.
feel like last week, I mean, she kind of brought Scout up and was like, I've got a kid and I gotta get home to him. So I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen on that point,
I
but
don't either.
But now in this episode, which I'm guessing, we're gonna talk about it later. I was gonna say she's very overbearing. Like now she's like overcompensating almost, in my opinion.
Mhm.
she is.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did not like Meredith and Nick fighting, by the way. I felt very uncomfortable.
And the way Dr. Hamilton worded it, though, is where all that came from. It made it sound exactly how she took it. And
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to walk out of the room and give Meredith and Nick some space because it was just pretty
It
awkward.
was a
to-
private
like,
moment that we all witnessed.
Yeah, it's like watching your mom and dad argue in front of the entire family at a big dinner. It's like, okay, let's all just go to the other room now.
Yeah.
But they did make up though, and I enjoyed seeing them like at the dinner table all together with the kids and stuff. I mean, we don't see that often, and I'm liking that we've seen the kids these past 2 episodes
Mhm.
now.
Y'all,
Yeah, I loved what did Ellis have her chocolate pudding surprise?
yes.
That was so cute.
I like teared up
Mhm.
seeing that.
Was anyone
was
else
so good.
afraid of what the surprise was with it being a 4-year-old?
Yeah. 'cause
I
mean,
was.
No.
I was because I mean
That's
I
a
didn't know.
thing. I mean, that's what it's called.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It has to
I've
be gummy
never heard
worms.
it called chocolate pudding surprise.
We call it dirt,
Oh, I was gonna say it's dirt pudding, is what I've heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've heard.
but
never
I've heard it
chocolate
called.
pudding surprise.
Yeah, I've heard it referred to as that. Like down here, we call it dirt,
Well, dirt pudding has Oreo crumbles
Yeah.
too. So yeah.
and gummy worms is
And
the.
gummy worms sticking out of it.
Well,
Yeah.
Shelby, they're completely destroying your theory you had about Nick, like because now he's meeting the kids and everything.
I
It's
know, but I'm kind of glad that they are though. Like,
Yeah,
I think it's funny that like after we said it, because the theory wasn't mine. I found it on Reddit or
yeah,
something like that. But like, I think it's funny that after we brought it up, like now they're actually making him likable and showing him more around
That-
people.
It's proof that Krista's listening. She was like,
She was like,
he's
oh no.
buying this theory. I need to do something to change this around.
But I am starting to like his relationship with Mare and now the kids
like it.
too. I mean,
Yeah.
I really do think if there is a future there, I think that he could be a father figure.
Yeah.
See,
Oh,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Amanda doesn't agree. Okay.
We've struck a nerve with Amanda.
I don't not agree. I like Nick.
Yeah.
I don't want him to replace Derek.
Well, I don't think he replaces Derek, but I mean, I think it's time for her to have that happy ending.
I know. I want her to be happy.
I'm about to make people mad. I like him better than Derek.
I know. I mean, I figured you guys don't like Derek. I'm the
I
only
don't-
Derek fun girl here, so
I don't hate Derek.
I'll fight for myself.
Oh, nope. I hate Derek.
Yeah, we know.
I don't hate
I
him,
like
but-
how independent Meredith is now. Like she's on her whole I don't need no man type of time, but if I have a man, then cool. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Mhm.
and I love that. She's turned into that BAB.
Independent.
Yeah.
Independent.
Yeah. BAB. I can't say it.
Independent. You know that. That's how I
Very
spell
often
it
that.
on the paper. I have to sing the song.
But yeah, when Derek was there, she was very, very, very like relying on him and like very puppy doggish with him. And I like that she's not that. She kind of is with Nick. I tore her a new one last week, but
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
get all the way through what you're all saying. Oh. Well, here, let's lighten it up. Let's talk about
Oh.
Gigi the snake.
Oh,
Because that was interesting, right?
Yes. I
Oh
love
my.
I love that
so to be
storyline.
clear, he got the snake as like a class pet.
I think so.
Which why? It could eat a child.
First of all, why? Second of all, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I don't think you're allowed to have a python who can like
Probably not.
squeeze your organs, up into your chest cavity. In a
Well, it was
class
smaller.
Easily eat a child. Like
Wasn't it
easily.
smaller. He said she grew, so maybe she was.
What'd you
Didn't he say
expect?
that? And grew and grew.
Like, well, that's what happens when you have a pet and you feed it.
I mean,
Living
get a
things
turtle
grow.
or something. Like that's Elena's class pet. They have a turtle.
Get a fish.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Perfect. We don't do class pets in our school.
Bailey's face. Well, everyone's face. Like, I mean,
Everyone was
I
terrified.
like she was calling in every department.
It was like,
She was
what,
like, I
just
don't know what's
page
wrong.
Yeah, she's like, just page everybody.
Everybody.
The
And
one
Joe
that-
sitting out there. OBGYN sitting out there.
the one that.
Well, and then
like,
I think Helm like ran by the nurse's station. She was like, there's a snake, like snake in the hospital or something. They were like, and that means a snake in
Yeah.
the hospital.
That
There's a
means-
snake.
and Helm was the one that cracked me up the most. Like when she
Yes.
was standing there, Richard's like Helm, and she's like,
Mm-mm.
no, No,
She's
that's
standing inside the
she's
door.
like, was not gonna
You
do
just
it.
see her through the glass.
And Richard's just like, Helm, get out of here.
Mm,
So funny.
no.
Like everyone, like
Except,
for Winston.
Oh
He
my
loved
gosh,
it.
Winston. Who expected that?
I didn't, but it makes me like him. It just makes him interesting and fun, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought it was funny.
And he
It
was so
was.
fascinated by the python too. He's like, did you know? I'm like, nobody cares about pythons except for the fact that it's killing this man. Like, just let's move on.
Yep.
Oh, so they finally got him released and he got taken into that surgery.
Can we talk a little bit about the hilarity of that release though? With I think Link
Oh.
was making the funniest face the whole time. He's like, oh my
Yes.
god, oh my god, oh my god.
They were all cracking me up. I was like had tears running down my face laughing so hard this entire scene.
I mean, poor Link and Amelia, they popped open that like hatch and they both like just freaked out. Like, I don't know. It was great.
And then
Medical
Amelia's
emergency. It's the best medical emergency we've seen on the show in I don't even know how
A
long.
while. Yeah.
And then Amelia's little comment when they were talking about like, oh, who would have known we're both snakes?
I mean,
You
I-
know,
I don't like him.
how about Richard?
I'm getting worried about Richard,
I'm getting really nervous.
and it's like it's affecting me. Like I
Well-
feel like something's gonna happen to like my grandpa.
Yeah.
And
I was pretty proud of him though, because I mean, like
Yeah.
I've been wondering for a while, like when the man
Mhm.
was going to retire, because like he was kind of old when the show started 18 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
How
I
much
mean,
longer
I'm-
is he going? I mean, I could see him going for another season. I mean, might as
Yeah.
well finish it out if it's only one more year.
I'm really proud of him though for telling Catherine that he wants to go forth with getting evaluated and he wants
Yeah.
to be taken out of the operating room if he can't operate, because this is the time to make those decisions. You don't want
Mhm.
it to go bad that people have to start making that decision for you.
right.
Yep, absolutely.
No, I agree.
The best part, I think, about Gigi the snake, which by the way, where did he get Gigi for a snake? But anyway, I think the best part was Amelia and Link together, because I've kind of really missed them together. They've always been really fun.
Yeah, they have great. I mean, I don't feel like romance, but I feel like they have
Yeah.
great friendship chemistry.
I feel like
Yeah.
I could get back on board with romance if we wanted to go there. After
No.
this episode, I was like, if they really wanted to go there, they could get me back on board.
If they could
It would
at
take
least
work, but you could get me there.
if they could at least get back on board with being co-parents and friends, that I would
Yeah.
be happy with. But I think the romance is over.
Yeah,
I do too, and
Well-
I'm fine with it staying there.
yeah.
Honestly, I'm just tired of it going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, you guys are adults.
Yeah.
Get it together.
They're
You're not
supposed to be
20
adults.
something year olds anymore.
You know, here I am. She was trying this week.
Yeah.
And he was shutting her down at every turn. So he's going to have to learn. I mean, you are co-parents, so you're going to have to learn not to hate her. I mean, you're going to have to.
Mhm.
She was making me mad this week.
Why this week? Like
Every week.
This week, I don't see what she did.
Because, okay, maybe it's because I'm not a parent,
Yeah.
but she's not around and now she's trying to micromanage. Now she's decided that she's done trying to, hook up with whoever, and she's done trying to be in Minnesota. And now all of a sudden she wants to be a parent and figure out the preschool situation and everything else when Link's been completely by himself.
I think she's had him. She's been going back and forth like Meredith has.
I think
forgot that she had Scout.
But that's just because they didn't show it. That doesn't
I
mean
really
she
feel
hasn't
like
had it.
because the babies can't really be on set,
Yeah.
I don't think we're seeing a lot. Like we never see her with Scout, but we know
Yeah.
she has visitation. She has them sometimes, but I feel like it's just bad filming.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't feel like they're showing Amelia as a mother enough.
Yeah.
And it is, I mean, as all of us see, it's turning bad on her.
Yeah.
It's making the entire audience think she's a bad mom because she's never with her child
Which, I mean, we got to say though,
in our
Amelia
eyes.
better than Meredith, in my opinion, because it's up until this last time, and she didn't even stay. She was there still working, is the only reason she was there and able to hang out with Kai. I mean, we haven't seen her. It's not like she's spending weekends there just for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, once her work's done, she's going back home to her kid.
Yeah.
So it's just like being away on like business. I mean, that happens sometimes.
I guess that was my rant about Meredith last week, was that she's never home with her kids because she's working, and then she's home for a weekend and then she's at the cabin.
Yeah. Now her, I can see it a little more but her kids are older too. And I mean, like, I guess she's got it under control or whatever, but I don't know. The preschool thing, I was like, I don't know, that didn't bother me. It
don't know.
does make me laugh that that's a thing. Like, of course I live in a small town. Like, that's not a thing around here. Like, we don't have to like be on waiting lists.
It's always a
we
thing
have
on-
waiting lists years out.
How do
Oh.
you do that? Like, you don't
I
know
thought
what
that was just a TV thing. I didn't realize that was real.
I worked
I
at a
mean, like-
private preschool and we had like a year waiting list at times.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Amelia and Link, we'll see how it goes. I mean, because she's, telling him like she doesn't want to be like his parents, which was something that he always said. So I
Mhm.
really do. I mean, they've got to figure it out though, because I mean, like, it's just kind of a mess right now.
Yeah.
But he said she doesn't want him to, or she asked him what to not hate her, and he tells her he needs to for a little while. So I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I like that they talked.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see them at least being friendly again soon. But Link, of course, poor guy. He tries to go lean on Joe, wants to go have a drink with her, but she has other plans, which I was so happy about.
Well, he was being a ding dong before, so
Yep.
I mean, this is what he
I
gets.
love it.
Yep.
And I think all of us here are huge.
Oh my
Are
gosh.
we all? We all love Skylar
Yes.
Austin, right?
Who
Okay.
doesn't? If someone
Ooh.
doesn't, I'm angry with them. to be
I'm
honest.
judging you. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, he showed up and I was like, oh, there he is. And
I
I
know.
went back so I could see that whole scene with him again.
I did too, because I missed it at first and I was like, oh, that's him. Oh, he's here. I had to rewind. I was like, okay, now I got to watch again.
I'm going to say it again, though. I mean, it makes me super nervous because every time I love someone on Grace, they have to go away. And
To me, he's a
double
patient's
whammy.
brother. He won't be there forever.
But he
Right?
could be.
But
If
he's
him and
not a
Joe
he's
fall
not a
in
doctor.
love,
I mean, he's a doctor, but he's a
He could
doctor of
fall in love
science.
with Joe and they could live happily ever after. This is what could happen if
So-
they wanted to make me happy.
So, Krista, if you're listening, we hate this character.
Ooh,
We
ooh,
want him to go
Yeah.
away.
Get him out of here.
bad.
Nobody likes him. No,
And
but it's
Skylar.
like,
No one
It's
likes
not-
him.
not to mention the fact that every time Skylar gets something he's in that I fall in love with, the whole show disappears. So it's not looking good, to be honest. But I'm gonna ride it out as
No.
long as I can.
I know, but let's just soak him in while he's here at least.
Exactly.
Don't get your hopes up that he's staying
Can
long.
we have another musical episode just so I get a chance to hear him sing? Because that would
Yes,
make me
please.
happy.
I'd
I
be
will sign
okay
that
with that.
I will sign that petition.
Let's do it.
Just I
Or
think
can we
it's time
like
for Owen to sing
karaoke
again.
at Joe's or something? I feel like we need to get him to sing. There needs to be a reason why this man sings on the show. Something.
Karaoke night.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Let's
It's our
do it.
solution to every show.
But I only want him to hear him sing. Just him.
who knows? Maybe somebody else has a really good
Maybe
voice.
he's in a band. Well, we know they do, but I just want to hear him.
Maybe
If
he's
Camila has a good voice.
Oh no. I mean, we know Miranda does, and we know I think Owen does too, even though apparently other people think he's terrible. I think he's
I
fine.
liked his singing in the
Yeah.
musical episode.
I liked his singing too. A lot of, like I said, that's why I made a comment earlier. A lot of people hated it, but
I
it's because
like
one,
it.
he's not American,
Right.
so, and then try singing in
Mhm.
another accent other than, that's hard. Can
Yeah.
you imagine talking in another
Mm.
accent?
Mm.
You can train yourself, but trying to sing in another accent.
Yeah. That's difficult. for
That's-
sure.
Mhm.
So, I gave him some slack, but I actually enjoyed his. I liked his more than I did Callie, to be honest.
I like him a lot. I mean, I liked Callie's too, but she was I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh.
Callie was always to me. So I think
Same.
so.
Yeah.
Joe is caught on for this patient that Maggie has that has a heart condition,
Mhm.
and that's how we meet Skylar Austin, which I can't. Do we remember his name?
No,
We're just gonna
I
keep
just
calling him
realized-
Skylar Austin.
it's just Skylar.
That's fine. We'll just keep calling him
We'll
Skylar.
call him Jesse.
Dr.
you know?
Skylar.
Yeah.
He can be Jesse until
Thanks, Jesse.
we learn his Gray's name.
It works for me. Or Max. We call him Max too, right?
Yeah,
Either
true.
one. Jesse.
Jesse
Max.
Just
There we go.
Max.
That's what we're
Just
gonna
Max
call him.
Skylar Austin.
that's his name until we learn otherwise.
Jesse
No.
Max Scott. Okay.
Let's see if we can remember it. So
I thought it was so funny though how Joe at first thought that he was the patient's husband or whatever because of how like involved he was.
well, didn't everybody?
Yeah. And then he's like, no, I'm her brother. I was like, oh, okay.
They
I
honestly,
didn't,
guys,
'cause
they
I'd already
did
read the
that,
article.
and I was like, are they turning Skylar Austin to like a weird pervert that likes his sister. I was so I walked out of the room and then I came back and I heard some other things and I was like, that's when I actually rewound it and I was like, what is going on here? What are they doing?
He's just being protective.
Is so sweet. I
And I
loved
loved
it.
how sister tried to hook him up.
I
And the
know.
first Joe was like, like, no. Until whatever show, some sort of baking show or something. Is that what it was? Like, or a race show, some sort of reality show that he was catching up on. They found out that they both really
Yeah.
love.
It was some sort of reality show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know the show. I don't know if it's a real show or not.
Yeah, I don't think it really was, but I feel like they said, I don't know, whatever they said, but I thought that was cute.
That was. I did like that.
And Joe got really bold and asked him out on a date.
I was proud of her.
Me too.
I loved how she asked him out though,
It's like, get it,
to go to
girl.
Joe's with an E, but she's Joe without the E. I was like, this is the best way to ask this man out. This is brilliant.
Yes.
There you go. You just
Yes.
you just reminded us of his name.
No, she was talking about herself, Joe.
Oh,
What
I
is
was like,
his
man,
name?
his name's Joe.
That would be awkward, Joe. and
That would
Joe.
be really weird.
I forgot Joe's bar. I didn't even realize he was still named that until she said it.
Right, I didn't either.
I
we
forgot
go.
until I rewatched Grey's Anatomy that Joe was an actual character on the show for a while. Or until he
Todd.
disappeared.
His name
Todd.
is Todd, which I
Todd.
don't like as much
Todd.
as Jesse
I
Max,
like-
but
I like Jesse Max better.
Todd.
Todd. Okay.
Amanda, you don't seem to be impressed with that name.
I'm not. It doesn't match his face.
I don't think it matches his face either.
So we saw an update on how Owen and Farouk are doing at their surgeries.
We
Yay.
did.
Okay, did Farouk look different to anybody? Because I had to do a double take because I didn't even realize it was him.
I mean, he's
Oh,
older.
he's growing up.
Yeah.
We don't
Okay.
see him a whole lot, and he's
Yeah.
at that age where where he changes a lot. So
And really, I mean, if you think about it, we've just been seeing him lay down in a bed.
Yeah.
And so like him up and like running around and like he looks different. He looks taller, he looks older, but we can't really see that if he's laying in a bed with his eyes closed all the time.
he's a very handsome young man.
He
Aw.
is, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's so
I was
he's
so
gonna be a
mad.
heartbreaker.
Definitely. I mean, I'm mad that Megan's leaving because I was loving how like she was
know.
just like keeping Owen on his toes, like pushing
Maybe
him
she'll be
and, like,
back.
and in a way that only a sister could do. You know what I mean? Like to
Yeah.
where like she could talk to him in a way that nobody else is going to be allowed to talk to him. You know,
Well,
Yep.
Grace Sloan needs more doctors, so maybe Megan will be.
except for isn't she a heart doctor? Or no, what is she? No, she's
Is
just
she
under trauma.
Trauma? Is she trauma?
Okay, we could use another trauma. For a second there, I was thinking heart, and I was like, we got enough of those. Like, I feel like there's always cardio doctors.
I feel
So maybe
that's all
she's-
they have now is cardio people.
I know.
Yeah.
We don't need
No.
any more of those egotistical. I like the neuro. I don't like
I
like
was gonna say
the
neuro's probably
not
more
neuro.
egotistical than
I like
cardio.
the general and I like trauma and also like ortho.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite. Like
I like OB. Right now, that's my two favorites.
I like OB, but I mean, honestly, we never got an OB before like Karina in Grey's. Like you never really
Not
did we?
since Addison, right?
Yeah, like we had Addison and then she went away and then we didn't get another OB until Karina.
We had that mentor of Arizona's for a while, but was she OB
It
or
was
was she?
neonatal,
It was
so it was a little
neonatal surgery.
specialized. Yeah.
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 Gina Davis. I was like, what's
Yeah.
her name?
Love
Gina
her.
Davis.
But yeah, so I don't know. And I liked Megan how she like just called him out before she left. She was like, you guys need to work out whatever it is
Yep.
that's going on.
Yeah,
And
and I
think
love
that's,
it.
That's what prompted them, I think, to have a conversation here and like actually like get somewhere. So that was
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah,
she-
because it seems like they were just going through the moves. They weren't really like talking and connecting.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, I like
I'm
what she
glad.
said. She was like, whatever this is, you need to fix it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree. I liked it.
I did. I liked their conversation. It was a mature conversation, which I feel like we don't get often
Right.
in Grey's Anatomy with any freaking couple. They're all very immature people, in my opinion.
Yes.
But this was like a nice, mature conversation of them telling each other what they need.
Hmm.
And at the end, Owen walked.
He did. That was
He
really
took his
cool.
first steps.
I know. At chasing her.
I know. It was nice though.
Of course. But they seem to be in a good place.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And I
how
like,
with them.
yeah, I like that Teddy said, I'm not going to leave you, but you need to trust me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like, I see, okay, we're going back to how This Is Us was kind of like, I see both sides of it, but I see both sides of it here. Like, I see
Yeah.
why Owen didn't want to tell her, because if something were to happen and if shit hit the fan, then he would be the only one that got in trouble, and then Teddy would still be there for the kids.
Yep.
But I see Teddy's side of it too, because she's like, you know, she's his wife and she feels like she should be trusted with this information, and you know,
Mhm.
whatever. So I do see both sides of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do too. Definitely.
So Meredith has decisions to make about Dr. Hamilton's offer, which we get to see in the preview.
Mhm.
She was talking to Zola about the job offer, and she was asking,
Yeah.
do we have to move? And she said, yeah, well, we'd have to. So, I mean, the fact that she's talking to Zola about it,
Scares
it
me.
sounds, yeah, it's kind of scary, because it sounds like if she's willing to talk to Zola about it, that she's actually considering it, because
Yeah.
Oh,
she
yeah.
wouldn't bring it up to Zola if she was just not even considering it at all.
Yeah.
I feel like that's considering it hard.
Which
Yeah.
maybe at the time of writing this episode, we weren't, I don't know how like far back they do these. So like, could it have been that we weren't sure if we were getting next season or not?
It could be.
You know, and like, so maybe it'll come back to, you know, I mean, because obviously we already know we're getting another season. So
Yeah.
I don't think we can do a season with Meredith like off in Minnesota like completely. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that would work.
I mean, the audience would not like it. So I don't think they should.
I mean, it's Grey's Anatomy, she should be there.
Yeah. I mean, and Shonda said that she would continue to do the show until Ellen was ready to be done. And once Ellen was done, she was done.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see if they stick to that word, but that's.
I wonder if Ellen is ready to be done, though, and Shonda just won't let her go.
She is ready to be done because she's already expressed she's ready to be done.
Yeah. I hate that for them. I don't know.
Let the
And
woman
she's
be-
also said that she won't act after this. Like once she's done with
Yeah.
Grace, she will retire and she won't
Yeah.
act again.
Well, she started that podcast of hers too, so she's probably looking to expand her horizons and move on to other things.
Oh yeah, which I'm happy for her. I'm sorry, like it's as much as I do love Grace, I've said it before and I'll say it again. We need to wrap it up.
Let's
You
let
know.
it end gracefully.
Yeah. I mean, have a nice ending. Don't keep dragging it on to where everybody starts hating it and despising it. And yet we're still sitting there week after week, like little puppy dog eyes. Going,
How old
"What are your
is-
shows this week?"
How old is Ellen? Is she retirement age?
I
She's
mean,
in her 50s, I
Well
think.
into her 50s, I'm pretty sure.
she's wealthy enough to retire at any age. Let's see. Ellen Pompeo. I know she's in her 50s. I just don't know exactly how old.
I think she's pretty far into her 50s, to be honest.
No, I don't think
I'd say
so.
I'd say
52.
mid 50s.
Is it
Oh.
only 52? Okay. Then she's
52.
younger than I thought when she started, maybe.
Justin, Alex is younger than her. He's only 51.
Hmm.
They're all actually about the same age, which I'd love.
Okay.
If you,
Oh, that's
like in
interesting.
real life,
Yeah.
they're like the whole Magic team. I mean,
Mhm.
Patrick is 56. Kate's
I was gonna say-
54.
Katherine Heigl's like younger, isn't she?
Catherine Heigl
She's-
might be.
She's closer to my age, I think. I mean, I think she's in her 40s, but not so far into her
Yeah, I mean,
40s.
she's still having children. Well, not anymore, but she was. She was born 78.
Yeah, so she's 43. Yeah.
I just want to say, if they end it, I want to see Alex again before they end it.
I would love to.
Yes.
I'd love to. I just don't know if he'd come
I don't
back.
think he's gonna do it.
Yeah,
You-
so
you
looks like we get another good case next week
Mhm.
Woohoo!
in Maggie and Winston. So what is we're talking about splitting her heart in half or something. So
Yeah.
that sounds like it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Scary.
Ooh,
I like when
I
it's
like a tricky surgery.
Yeah, I like it when it's stuff like that, like that we've
Mhm.
never seen before. So
Yeah,
I'm liking Maggie and Winston as a team
yeah.
at work.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
too. I like him. I mean, I like him as a couple now.
Mhm.
I really
Yeah.
do.
We
They're
didn't
still
talk
not like my
about
favorite people, but I like them.
just remember this. We didn't talk about this. But speaking of Winston and Maggie, so what is Bailey's intern or resident's name?
Right.
Whatever, he was talking about, and somehow Winston was saying about how he had a crush on his like mentor, and of course it's all super awkward while they're all in the room, and he's like, "Oh, how'd that turn out?" He's like, "Well, I married her," and
Yeah.
Bailey's face is just like, "Oh God, like let's not say
That
that."
was amazing.
I loved
Yeah.
that. Scene.
And I was like, nope, move on. Read your audience and move
I
on.
was like, no.
But Winston's just happy, just telling about how his little love story with Maggie, which was really cute, but.
Oh, and then Miranda went home to Ben and said that something must be like they need to reconnect or whatever because
That's where that was. I was thinking that was on Station 19, but it was on Grayson. Okay.
Yeah. It was.
yeah, so we didn't talk about that.
Mm-mm.
I got mixed
But-
up where Ben and Bailey said what, so he gets confused.
Well,
Oh, I guess that's
That's
it
it.
for this week. So come check out our Facebook group because we're always trying to do fun stuff there. It's Grey's Anatomy Grey Family Fan Club. We'd love to have you join us. And thanks everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
So if you guys want to find us on Facebook, all you have to do is search in Facebook for Family Fan Club. All 15, yeah, I said 15 of our groups are going to pop up for you. You want a specific group, you can always go check out our podcast pages. We will have our groups listed in there. And you can find us on any of our social media, which is Twitter and Instagram and TikTok as Fandom Family Chats. And we are constantly trying to get you fun content. Jeanette is our TikTok wizard, trying to get you fun videos there. Usually has a lot of dudes on there, so there's that for you. We have our Twitter and Instagram is not as active as we'd like it to be, and we're working on that, but still, if you have any questions for us, if you want to get involved with what we're doing, if you want to know more about what we do, or maybe some interviews we have coming down the pike, you can hit us up on any of those resources, or you can email us at familyfanclub2021@gmail.com. We check that almost religiously, so reach out to us there and we'll get back to you. Watch out for our website coming soon. We're going to have some merch available for you if you'd like to wear some of our show merchandise for family fan clubs and Fandom Family Chats, as well as we're going to make some FFC merch for some of the shows we run, like Teen Wolf or Vampire Diaries. We're going to have some fun things for you there. So watch out for that. Keep an eye out for that. And if you are able to, look at our YouTube page, subscribe to that, and keep an eye on our Facebook page. We have Fandom Family Chats. We're going to be making some announcements here in the near future about a big, huge event we've got coming down the pike in June of 2023. So, watch out for that. Get ready to listen to some crazy stuff next week again, and we'll see you real soon.